what am I even gonna put in the thumbnail for this video? Because like, we all know that this is gonna be a very Godzilla-like episode, right? What's up everybody, man? Back, welcome to a brand new video, and in today's video we're gonna be doing my episode predictions for Monarch Legacy of Monsters episode 7, that episode being titled, Will the Real May Please Stand Up? That's right, everyone, it is time for another Monarch Legacy of Monsters video. It is time to jump back in with some speculation on the next episode. I think we all know what we're in for this one, just from the title alone. We finally have another episode description, and it says, May finally faces her past, Duval and Shaw follow traces of Godzilla and Hiroshi. It is what it is. It is a May episode. Another character-driven episode. It's a May episode. Unfortunately, I really dislike the character of May, and I think that's like blatantly obvious, not only on my channel but also just in the fan base, that people don't really vibe with that character because they've done a very bad job at giving us a reason to. And this episode is so clearly supposed to be the one that changes our perspective and makes us be like, oh, now we're seeing her life and like, oh, she has struggles of her own. I fear that it's too little too late and that the damage has been done. I fear that there's going to be a lot of people who don't give the character a chance. It's going to take a lot to impress people like myself who really wanted to be okay with the character, and then over time just May continuously makes the most frustrating choices ever. So we're getting a May episode. We've already gotten the Kentaro backstory episode, and that was episode 4. We also got the Cate backstory episode, and that was episode 5, and so now I guess it's May's time to get a backstory episode. I'm actually gonna guess that this episode will follow a similar structure to the other episodes, where we'll be following May as she attempts to make things right with Cate, and I do stress Cate, not Kentaro, because May clearly does not like that guy at all. Kind of crazy that they even dated in the past, considering how little chemistry the two of them have together. Like, I understand that they hit it off pretty well in episode 4 and that those scenes together were pretty charming and you kind of got the vibe between them, but like, how did they wind up where they wound up? Over the course of this show, May has taken all of her frustration out on Kentaro every chance she gets, to the point where she started pretty okay with him in episode 1 and now just hates the guy, obviously. So yeah, she's gonna be trying to make things right with Cate, and in doing so, emotions are gonna run very high and it'll cause her to flash back to the past and will reveal the complex person who she is. And that is what I think the majority of the episode will be spent doing, is unpacking May as a person, finding out that she has been someone who has been trying to provide for her family but was really irresponsible in the past. I think she probably got involved with some really bad people and as a result had to go into hiding to protect her family. I mean, she basically says that in a previous episode already. At the end of the day, I don't know if she's gonna set things right with the people she needs to set things right with, but what I do think will be seen is that she's gonna really care for her sister Lyra, and everything she has done is in service of her sister. And is this gonna be finally the episode where we find out about May's previous military background? Probably not. I don't know if that plotline is still in this show. If you remember when the character bios were originally put out, like maybe 2 years ago at this point, we saw that May had a character bio stating that she was a British expat, and clearly she's neither British and I don't think she's part of the military either. I think she's just simply going to be May. As she says in episode 6, I think she probably just got involved with the bad crowd and had to go running away because of it. But she has money, and she tries to buy Cate off like that. Yuck, May, what are you doing? She really said, Cate, I will pay you to be with me and forget that the world is ending. And I think that the gang will be broken up in this episode. I actually think they're going to continue to fracture. Cate and Kentaro are probably going to ditch May at the airport at the start of the episode, and she'll go back home to her family. Once home, May will probably have a meaningful reunion with her sister, she'll probably have a pretty strained relationship with her parents, and then she'll be torn between what to do, and ultimately she's going to decide that she needs to go back out in search of Cate in order to make things right. May will probably show up at an opportune moment to rescue Cate from some sort of disaster or uncomfortable situation. This will, I'm gonna guess, happen at the end of the episode, and in doing so, it's gonna put Kentaro at a major impasse with the group. I think it could either make Kentaro look really bad, or maybe May will be so dismissive of Kentaro entirely that he is finally gonna have it out with her and there will be a big blow up where it's like, dude, I don't deserve to be treated like this. And I actually think Cate is gonna take May's side, because it's so clear to me as a viewer anyways, and maybe I'm wrong, but it's so clear to me that Cate and May are gonna have a relationship and that Cate really has a big crush on May. And I think that because of that, she's going to side with May over Kentaro. And I think the group dynamic is going to shift again at the end of the episode where Kentaro's like, fine then, I'm out of here. And I think he's going to leave, probably to go to Monarch, and I think he's just going to ditch him. Meanwhile, the actual plot with Cate and Kentaro in this episode, I think is going to be that they're approached by Tim, again, probably at the airport. You're going to find out that he survived the helicopter crash, and then he's going to make them an offer to follow him back to America, and he'll be like, hey guys, I'm trying to stop the Titans. And I just think out of fear, they're going to take that deal because they think that Shaw is trying to help the Titans and Godzilla. I think they're going to think Shaw is trying to unleash Godzilla and the Titans because they don't really understand who Godzilla is or what he's all about, and they don't understand what Shaw's all about. So I think they're going to join Tim in his mission, not realizing that ultimately at the end of the day, everybody's working towards the same goal from different ends of the spectrum. Little do they know that Godzilla and Monarch are normally on the same side of the equation, and so I think they're going to follow Tim, not realizing that he too is a Godzilla lover. I think Tim is going to try and take them back to Verdugo, but they're going to resist and be like, absolutely not, we're not going back to Monarch HQ. And knowing that he can't jump the gun and bring them there in the first place because Verdugo is going to get mad at him, he's probably going to try and recruit the two of them in his own. I don't know if that's all going to happen on the plane or at another airport, but I think he's going to spend basically the whole episode trying to recruit the two of them, telling them about Monarch, telling them about their past and their families, and I think they're going to genuinely consider his offer by the end of the episode. I think Cate and Kentaro are also going to have such valuable information that Tim's going to pass it along to Verdugo, and she's going to be like, okay, that's it, we're not letting these guys get away again. She's going to go and meet up with them, and I think at the end of the episode, Verdugo will probably make the offer that they can come back with her to the Virginia outpost, and I think that Kentaro is going to be the one who accepts the offer because he is so upset with Cate and May. Another big guess is Shaw, and I actually think that Shaw is going to be revealed to be a much shadier dude than we know. I think Shaw's whole deal is that he's basically going to be irresponsibly pursuing goals, and I don't think he's going to like Monarch, and I don't think he's going to really care about the casualties that follow. I think what he really wants at the end of the day is the world to be safe, the population of the earth to be safe, and not the individual. I don't think he's going to necessarily care about the casualties along the way, and I do think we're going to have it revealed that Shaw caused some major problems for the people in the helicopter crash. He walks away with a gun. Why does he have a gun? I don't know, but did he shoot somebody? Did he take the gun? Did he kill some people there? I don't know. I could see the episode even opening with an intense situation where we see Tim in the helicopter wreckage hiding from Shaw as Shaw kills some of the Monarch people. I don't know if that'll happen. That feels like it makes Shaw a little too irredeemable, but it could happen. I think Shaw overall in the episode will be building up this military force with the help of Duvall, and I think they're basically going to be gearing up for a war that we still don't quite know what it is yet. I don't think it'll be revealed yet. Shaw and Duvall will spend the entire episode clearly piecing together the pieces of Hiroshi's plan, and I think we'll get the clearest picture of what it is Hiroshi is trying to do in this episode. They'll learn that Hiroshi is outputting fake gamma bursts, and they'll determine the path he took based on it, and I think they're also going to confirm that this is now a way to lure Godzilla from place to place, which supports the plan that they want to do. They're going to find out what the locations on the map are and that there's sources of interest for Hiroshi and for Monarch. I think they're probably going to figure out their gamma bursts, and I think that this will all lead to the realization that Alaska is more important than they could have possibly imagined, as it is an entrance to the Hollow Earth. I overall think Shaw's mission is going to be to lead Godzilla to the source of the Hollow Earth portals, that being the Ion Dragon, who I do believe is opening them, and I think they're going to want Godzilla to kill the Ion Dragon. My guess is that they're going to try and bomb the Hollow Earth. In the trailer, we see Shaw loading up on tons of bombs. I think it's because he's going to want to bomb the Hollow Earth through that portal in Alaska in order to draw the Ion Dragon out, the same way that they used bombs to wake up Kong in 1973, and I do think that this is going to be a trick Shaw specifically learned from Randa, as he did use a similar trick in 1959 already. I don't know how much flashbacks we'll get to the past in this next episode. If we get any, I'm going to guess that tensions are going to be pretty high between the trio. I mean, Keiko and Shaw will probably be so strained more than ever and might not even be on speaking terms. This is going to lead to Keiko and Billy getting much closer and starting their relationship properly, and it's also going to create this resentment between Shaw and Billy. As Billy tries to maintain a proper friendship with Shaw, it's going to kind of crumble in his hands because Shaw is so pissed at him about this relationship that probably Randa isn't even fully aware that he's getting himself involved in. As for Godzilla and the Titans, I don't think there will be any of either. I don't think they're going to be in this episode. They're going to be nowhere to be seen. It's going to be a personal, human-driven episode, the same way that episode 5 was. That's going to be my guess. Monarch will have tracked Godzilla out of Africa. It'll happen in between episodes, and they're going to find out that Godzilla's back in the ocean and has gone missing again. Meanwhile, Hiroshi has also gone missing, and so there's going to be no sign of either. I don't think they're going to travel anywhere and uncover any new Titans in this episode. I do think it's going to be an entirely entirely human-driven episode. That being said, I think it will be the last human-driven episode of the show, as I think the plot-driven episodes, the action-driven episodes, and the monster-driven episodes are to come. What do you think about all my theories? Comment below and let me know. I'm curious to hear what you guys think this next episode's gonna be. What do you think the overall plan is gonna be for the season? What is Hiroshi trying to do? And what do you think Shaw's up to? I'm really curious to hear what everybody thinks. Are you guys kind of on the same page with me? I'm actually really curious to see how accurate these predictions are, because my predictions for the last episode were pretty accurate. I would say they're probably getting closer to like 80% accuracy. I started out really bad and I'm getting better over time. So while I would be pleasantly surprised if my predictions here are wrong, I do think that they're going to be pretty on the money. Comment below and let me know. Thank you guys all for watching. I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons over on Patreon. It is through the support of the patrons that I can continue to make videos like this for you guys. If you want to support the Patreon, you can use the link in the description below. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time for the next one. D-Man out.